To be real, training has been kind of hard since that 4th of July race and the Macklin, because you think about it, like, that's it as far as like any type of racing until September 1st for us at Earlham is when our first cross country race is. So training is tough. I mean, like, it's nothing like injury wise, or that the workouts I'm incapable of doing, but just you have all that excitement with like the 416 mile and winning the 5K, and then just kind of back to like stale training. And it's times like that that really kind of make you question why you're doing it. And even if you do have that answer, it's hard sometimes on the days where you don't feel like getting out the door. A couple of weeks ago, my family and I, we went to Indiana to see some family up there for a couple days, and that was nice to catch up, and obviously it provided a nice change of scenery. But since then, I've just kind of been living a pretty normal summer life, working a part-time summer job and training and seeing friends. But it's a situation where you almost hit a lull and you have to remember why you're doing it. I'm doing this because I love it, even on the days when it's hard. I love the process of seeing something, or in this case myself, transform from an untrained individual into someone who's gonna eventually win something. And the winning something isn't necessarily the destination, but it's the process along the way that I love. But I do know, hopefully, that if I reach where I want to go, it'll be a heck of a ride. Everyone has a big, audacious goal. However, what separates those that make that goal a reality is the hard work and doing what's necessary to become a champion. Every summer, thousands of high school and college cross-country athletes put in the work to meet their goal. Whether that's breaking 40 minutes in the 5K or being the best in the country, there's no way around the sweat-filled miles. My name is Connor Del Carmen, and I invite you to join me on a journey this summer in my pursuit and training to become a Division III All-American.
Nice job,
So one of my staples kind of since I've been in college, and even before that in my latter years of high school, has been threshold/tempo training, where it's kind of a moderately hard effort, where it's not anything where you're going too deep to the well, so not 10K or 5K or even 8K race pace, but just slower than that, honestly, maybe about a little faster in half marathon pace or so. But it's really hard because scientifically it's the best way to train, the biggest bang for your buck. But you think about it, it's not easy, but it's not hard. So where does the brain go from there when you're thinking about doing these sessions that's just a moderate intensity? And it's really difficult, quite frankly. All right, so second workout of the day coming up of the double threshold. So this morning I did 8 by K off a minute jog, and then right now we're going to do 20 by 400 off of a 30-second jog. And I know the shoe selection, a lot of people are into that. So these are Saucony XC Havocs, but spikeless on the bottom. I put in plugs. So yeah, that's what we got going. That's a side view. So yeah, here we go. I'm up here on the grass field, pretty frustrated right now. Calling off the workout at 9 reps instead of 20. Hamstring tightening up a little bit on the left side. It's not painful, it's just I know I shouldn't aggravate it, especially when I've already done a pretty good workout today. But yeah, I'm frustrated. I don't like not doing what's in the training plan. But just having that security in what I've done in the past already, that there's no need in injuring myself further over a second workout. But yeah, I'm a little bit frustrated right now. So the other night, I definitely made a good decision calling off the workout early. It ended up being nothing, quite frankly, and that's how it goes sometimes. So the next day, I ran about 8 miles, I think, or about an hour or so, so a little bit more than 8 miles. Then the next day, I actually ran a 15-mile long run. Then I ran another 8-mile recovery run. And then most recently, I did a speed workout with some hills and 200s, getting all the way down to like sub 2 800 pace. So I'd say if I'm running 29s for 200s, the hamstring is definitely just fine. And it's not one of those things where, although it didn't end up biting me in the ass, I just blew it off. Like, I still did strengthening exercises, and I'm going to continue to do that because if it flared up once, I know that that's definitely something I need to have on my radar because it could happen again. But continuing to do strength exercises, but really just ended up being a small blip, which I'm quite happy and fortunate that was the case. What's up, guys? So today we're setting some goals here for the cross-country season. So honestly, as far as goals going into last fall, I didn't really have many because I didn't know what to expect going into college cross-country. And additionally, with the fact that I kind of came off a period where I was too into setting goals that were strictly based on result and performance, which is something that I've definitely learned from. The strategy that I kind of have is that all my goals and how I determine if I achieve them or not are all based on things that are absolutely in my control and not result driven. So although I have an idea of where I can get to if I execute those goals, the result is not in and of itself the only thing that I'm looking at. And that's not meant to come across as a bailout or an excuse to not have high expectations, because I'll just say it now just so it's out there. I'm hoping to win the HCAC championship and be an All-American at cross-country nationals. But that being said, though, what gives me confidence in the way I've structured my goals is that the goals are controllable for me, and if I do well in those, I shouldn't say that I'm certain or 100% or even 90%, anything can happen, but I think that if I hit those goals, I'm on a really good track to be where I want from a tangible result perspective. And if you look at the way I structured the goals, I think that's quite evident. And I've done thorough research. I have on there marks showing kind of like the ranges of times I need to be in, and even more important, certain strategies for how I'm going to get there and what I'm going to do in training to be successful.